Hello my friends, this is the third video in the series The Discovery of India, a book written by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. And this video is about the Bhagavad Gita and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's view on this ancient Indian culture book, the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is a part of the Mahabharata, an episode of the vast drama, a gigantic book, the Mahabharata, and it's the part of the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita. In the words of William Von Humboldt, Pandit Nehru describes Bhagavad Gita as the most beautiful, perhaps the only true philosophical song existing in any known tongue. Every school of thought and philosophy looks up to Bhagavad Gita and they interpret it in their own way. In the times of crisis, when the mind is full of doubt and is torn by the conflicts of duties, it turned all the more towards Bhagavad Gita for light and guidance. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru writes Bhagavad Gita as the book or poem of crisis, political crisis and social crisis, and even more so the crisis of the spirit of man. He mentions the commentaries made on Bhagavad Gita by Tilak, Aurobindo and Gandhi. While Gandhi bases his beliefs of non-violence on it, others justify warfare and violence for righteous cause. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru describes Arjuna as the spirit of a tortured man who has tortured from generation to generation, age to age, and has been torn through the conflicts of moralities and obligations. And from personal conversation between the warrior Arjuna and chariot Shri Krishna, it takes us to the higher levels of some impersonal regions of per individual's duty and social behavior, of applications of ethics to human life, and to the spiritual outlook that should govern all. There is something metaphysical in it, and an attempt to harmonize and reconcile the three most wonderful ways of human achievements: the human achievements of intellect, the knowledge, and the achievements of faith, and the achievements of action. And probably more emphasis is laid on the achievements of faith than on the others. And even a personal God emerges out of it, though it is considered, or he is considered, as the manifestation of the absolute. According to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Bhagavad Gita deals essentially with the spiritual background of human existence. And it is in this context the all practical problems of everyday life appears. Bhagavad Gita is a call to action to meet obligations and duties, but always keeping in the view of that spiritual background. This call to action is the moral of the story of this book. And inaction is condemned in Gita. Inaction is condemned, but action and life have to be in accordance with the highest ideals of the age, the Yuga Dharma. The ideal of the age has always to be kept in view before taking action. Further, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru describes the importance of Bhagavad Gita in his time. He says modern day India is full of frustration. It was just before the independence. Modern day India was full of frustration and has suffered a lot from quietism. And this call to action has a special appeal in it. And it is possible to interpret this call to action in the modern terms as action for social betterment and social service. Practical, altruistic, patriotic and humanitarian. This call to action is desirable, but behind it must lie that spiritual idea, and action must be taken in the spirit of detachment, not much concern about its results. He says, laws of cause and effect holds good under all circumstances. Therefore, right actions must necessarily yield right results, although might be these results are not apparent immediately. Pandit Nehru describes the message of Bhagavad Gita to every school of thought and to every caste and class. He says, or Bhagavad Gita says, all paths leads to me. All paths leads to me. There is something unique in this book, which seems to be capable of being constantly renewed, which does not get out of date with the passing of time. Inner quality of earnest inquiry and search of contemplation and action of balance and equilibrium in spite of conflicts and contradictions. There is a poise in it, a unity in the midst of disparity, and its temper has the supremacy over the changing environment by not seeking escape from it, but actually getting into fit into it. So these are the views written in the Discovery of India by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru about the Bhagavad Gita. I think all of you might like the views of Pandit Nehru written in the book. That's it, my friends. Thank you very much. Thank you.